Welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Trails Beyond the Horizon with Kellador. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Let's feed the algorithm. Ring the notification bell. We have daily uploads here, usually on 2 different games per day, so if one doesn't suit you, the other might. Take a look around. See what you like. We are currently looking through the Gramhart/Claudel household. Agnes is making lunch, and we are checking on people outside. Hey, doggo. Oh, yeah? You want to go, huh? How about some of this, then? Let's see you survive my scratchy technique. Man, I picked up the signs, but you sure are one hell of a dog person, huh? More or less. Same went for my mom, but we had to give up on getting one with how small the room we rented was. So, to make up for it, we'd tour our way through from the first ward to the 7th on a pup petting spree 7 days a week. Talk about overkill. It's a miracle you didn't rub them bald. Hey, wait your turn, pet napper. This guy's what, 7 years old? Just because you're both middle-aged doesn't give you the right. I'm still in my 20s, damn it. Alphonse here sure is friendly with people, though. Only natural with Agnes, but he seems pretty attached to the president, too. Back in Longport, there wasn't a single dog that didn't love me. My petting technique's flawless, I'll have you know. Honestly, though, playing with this pupper's making me want to get one for myself. I'll consider it when I save up the Mira and buy my own house. But what kind of dog would suit me best? Real sight to see, huh? They say Anya's mom used to take care of it. Ms. Sophie Gramhart, otherwise known as the granddaughter of the famed Professor Epstein. This garden looks to have been carefully tended to, but I warrant it was another person altogether who first put it together. The arrangement of the flower beds, the selection of the herbs, they bring to mind the traditional designs of the Middle Ages. Someone I was once indebted to had much the same predilections. Yeah? Was once. Must be a reason it's past tense. Gramhart said this place was built around 70 years back. That's smack dab in the middle of the Third Republic. And the Levra district is one of the residential areas they set up at the time. Meaning the original occupant was an individual of great significance, more likely than not. That the house's construction is more modest than luxurious speaks to their upright character. There is a story, I imagine, as to how Mr. Gramhart came to assume ownership of it. Yep, no way there wouldn't be. Am I just imagining things, or does this feel nostalgic somehow? This ain't the first time it's happened, either. Well, I do not know what the previous owner of this home was like. As the man who ended up inheriting it, President Gramhart's love for this place is all too clear. I'm sure they're pleased, looking down on their old home from above, considering the level of care it's been treated with since it changed hands. Or something. Oh, well, looky here. Hey, Zeros. Ugh. Ah! You can just treat him like any old dog. Fun fact, sunbathing's actually their means of converting solar energy into power. Is that right? Pardon my rudeness. I should have known better after Mr. Kincaid's briefing. Zeros, was it? A pleasure to formally meet. The President and his aide have already notified me about you all. I will be bringing Alphonse back to the official residence in due time. Until then, you and the young miss are welcome to enjoy your stay. Sure. Keep up the good work. Okay, I think that's enough exploring for now. Lunch will be ready soon, I bet. Might as well offer to help make some coffee. Help with lunch has been added to the travel menu. Cause the main story to advance. Well, yes, but I've talked to everybody and done everything. So, help with lunch. Yep. Help with lunch. All right then. Guess I'll go see if I can help out with the coffee or something. Actually, that reminds me. The date she put on her resume was July 12th, 1192. That's 3 days from now. I've treated the others on their birthdays, so I ought to do the same for her. Van then went to the kitchen to help make coffee and was subsequently asked for his opinion on matters such as the dessert offerings. After a short while, lunch was finally ready and everyone sat down to enjoy the sandwiches Agnes and Rosette made. Aw, isn't that sweet? By the way, Agnes, I took a look at your great-grandfather's diaries. I only skimmed through them, and he didn't write too much about his research, but I was still thoroughly impressed by what I saw. He sounded like an insightful person. It's amazing to think that Professor Hamilton, was his mentee. Aw, hearing all that makes me really happy. I'd heard before that he cared a lot for his family, and reading this makes that clear as day. You can tell just how much he loved your grandmother, Lilia, and the messages he left for the generations after hers, to you and Sophie, are really profound. He also held a great affinity for his 3 disciples. Naturally, he cared deeply for Professor Hamilton, but I can feel a sense of compassion and trust for the other 2 as well, despite their idiosyncrasies. Oh, yeah. Professor Russell from Liberl is one of those 3 disciples, right? The fact that old Epstein predicted he'd go on to invent the airship is pretty damn wild. Not only that, but he also wrote about the possibility of Professor Schmidt coming up with the railway system. It's almost like he could see the future or something. There's little way of knowing one way or another if he could. One thing's for certain, however, he was an incredibly perceptive man. He predicted the emergence of artificial intelligence and the technological singularity, even which has become quite the hot-button issue. That's very true. I can definitely understand why my mother and grandmother chose to hide his diaries. In a way, he was too far ahead of his time. So much so that he may have impeded the potential of those who came after him. Yep, might be part of why he never shared them with anyone, including the Epstein Foundation. But I'm sure the main reason ties back to his last words about gathering the Genesees. Recover the Ocgeneses before the year 120X. All that we know will come to an end. Hold up. So your great-grandpa used these things, these observational devices, back when he established orbital tech? Which means he had them at the time, but then at some point they were lost or stolen? I didn't get a chance to pore over every detail in the diaries, but I didn't see anything written about that. As crazy as this sounds, is it possible he knew that they'd go missing after his death? Yes, I'd say so. In fact, that's a definite possibility, especially when you consider what Dingo said to us back in April.
That weakness is humanity's original sin. One that the eighth Genesis was built to observe with vigilance. Its ceaseless observation persists. It has yet to truly be brought to an end. The forced reset is a byproduct of the octogeneses. It is a retry method that can only be performed so many times. Its purpose is to achieve the desired observational outcome. Very soon, the other possibilities that were archived from past resets will be designated as the final observational outcome.
Yep. That's what he said, sure enough. Though I didn't hear these words directly from the horse's mouth, they sound no less disconcerting, even now. I can only surmise that these devices, including this eighth Genesis, which observes humanity's sin, are designed to carry out some function once all eight are brought together. Yes, I've come to much the same conclusion. However, I cannot help but wonder if there was some reason they were spread all over Calvard prior to our having gathered them. Considering his use of the word observation, perhaps some sort of process was being carried out by necessity. This whole thing is all kinds of confusing. But would that mean there was an observational reason behind Almada stealing and using them too? What? No, that's impossible. Much as it pisses me off to say it, it isn't. Could be that them turning me into the tyrant of 40 years ago was also they could observe the dark side of humanity. Yeah, same could be said of Pandemonium, which was brought about by the seventh. End of Daybreak 1. Might have even been trying to observe the diabolic core I had inside me. I think it's safe to say my great-grandfather must have had some purpose for all this. Maybe he made the Genesis to bring out the ugly side of humanity and observe it? Could be there was some outcome he hoped to achieve. If that's true, then regardless of his reasons, it's possible he wasn't the good, upstanding man I thought him to be. Yes. Honestly, he sounds like most engineers and academics I know. We're all driven to test our hypotheses. That's right. Regardless of what kind of man your great-grandfather was, it was his diaries that got you to this point. Are you prepared to see this thing through? Accepting the good, the bad, and whatever he was expecting to find out? Because if you are, then no, we, will be right there by your side until you get there. Van, that's right. We'll be with you to the end. Ride or die. Indeed, that goes without saying. Don't stress. We'll always be in your corner, no matter what kind of person your great-grandpa was. Can't be much worse than our resident sugar junkie who gets his kicks from eating sweets in a sauna. Hey, I've never done that in my life. Sweets are sweets and saunas are saunas, and never the twain shall meet. Wait, don't they cook sausages and roast marshmallows at the saunas in Remiferia? Plus, there's such a thing as stone cookware, you know? Whoa, pump the brakes. I don't want to know this. It's hard enough to fight off those urges. Spoken like a true sugar junkie. Well, at least his addiction isn't so far gone as to be detrimental to his health. Yet. We should devise a plan to rehabilitate him before it grows out of control. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, there was something else I noticed about the diaries. When I was flipping through them a minute ago, I saw the name Herschel. Ah, so you noticed that too, huh? Isn't that the name of your teacher? Yes, that's right. That's Miss Toa's last name. There was a famous astronomer from the Empire named Alfred Herschel. I've read several of his works. There's a good chance he's the person Professor Epstein was referring to. Of that, I have no doubt. Mr. Herschel was the Dean of the Imperial Academy, the foremost academic institution of the Erebonian Empire. He passed 10 years ago, but I heard that from an early age he traveled the world to help expand its base of knowledge. We only crossed paths a few times, but I'm certain that he was Miss Herschel's grandfather. Fascinating. Didn't realize he was an acquaintance of yours, Master. Next time we bump into Miss Herschel, we should ask about him. Never know what kind of stories he might have passed on. Even if they're not about the Genesis, might be worth doing a little prodding. I hear she only came here because of her NGO work. Has she gone on back to Erebonia yet? No, she's still here. She was supposed to go back at the end of last term, like Ren and Julian. If you'd like, I can call her and...
Pardon me, young miss, but two of your friends from school are here to see you.
Hey, Agnes! Oh, you really are home after all.
We saw that black robot dog out in the yard, but we didn't know for sure if you were here or not.
Odette? Albert? Sorry for dropping in out of the blue. We just wanted to come say hi, but we didn't know you had so much company. Blame Albert. He just wouldn't stop moaning and groaning. Ooh, I can't see Agnes at school for a few days. My life is over.
I never said that. But I won't deny I've missed you some since exams ended. Both you and Roy, the president, seemed pretty busy as of late.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to worry you both.
Wait, why are you two wearing your school uniforms? Oh, that. We, have a little council-related trouble to take care of. What kind of trouble? Do you need help? We should be okay. It's just a handover meeting with a new school vendor, that's all. Ren will be helping us out with it too, so I think we can manage just fine. We can't keep depending on her for everything, you know. Otherwise, we'll never be able to grow out of her shadow. Why not go check it out? Between this morning's 4 SPGs and making us all lunch, I'd say you've done more than your part for today. But, no buts. Work's important and all, but a healthy work-life balance is even more so. You ought to go help your friends. Show Super Schoolgirl that you don't need no babysitter. I need to make up for lost working time from this morning, so I'll carry the load for both of us. It'll be less fun with you gone, but we'll soldier on. Let's wage this war on 2 fronts. Van, you guys... Hey, you don't have to go if you don't want to. Not that you wouldn't be a huge help, of course, but point being, no pressure. Sorry, we weren't trying to pull you away from your work. Please, don't worry about it. You didn't appoint me as your treasurer to slack off when I'm needed. Good luck with the rest of your workday, everyone. I should be able to meet back up with you all later this evening. Good deal. See you later. Very well. Shall we depart for the Chardin district, everyone? I will make a note to contact you once we reach a stopping point this afternoon.
The train will be departing soon.
The next train is approaching. Please mind the gap as you board or depart.
Maybe. I might mind the gap. Or I might use a fuzzball to fill the gap. I missed
Those are
one
impressive results.
SP point.
I'll update your evaluation rank.
I'll be taking that.
Ooh.
That's
All
pretty
right.
good, I guess.
All right, I'll take it.
Hooray for me!
Ferry. Save. Next. After parting ways with Agnes, Van's group headed back to Old Town shortly after noon. Zin and Elaine arrived at Van's office a little before 1 p.m. to swap information, as they had agreed upon earlier.
I see. So you went off your beaten track and did your rounds in the Leva district.
Yep, not one of my usual haunts. Can't say I found much of anything, but there were a couple things that piqued my curiosity. I hear you've been busting your tail on a different case. You find anything interesting?
Yes, I did. Would you mind if I let him in on this, Jin?
I don't see any problem with that, given that it's related to something we tackled together back in March.
March? You don't mean that case, do you?
The one pertaining to that anti-immigration terrorist group?
Ah, yes.
The very same. Where we went up against the True Grievance Brigade. It was the largest anti-immigration faction before the Guild, your team, and the CID arrested the group's every last member. Since then, we've caught signs of entirely new anti-immigration factions beginning to emerge.
Seriously?
More terrorist organizations?
Afraid so, though we haven't been able to verify if they're genuinely anti-immigration just yet. What we have confirmed is that the groups have been recruiting members who are known sympathizers of the True Grievance Brigade. It's even possible that other anti-immigration groups, both large and small, are banding together to form one massive flock.
Holy shit. Are you for real?
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
That's hardly surprising. Due to their small numbers, not even the police are aware that they exist. What confuses me more is that these groups seem to be active outside of the Republic as well.
Wait a minute.
That sounds rather similar to a case we worked on before, doesn't it?
The one where Toa helped search for missing migrants from the north, yes? As I recall, the True Grievance Brigade was allegedly looking to scout people of white descent to bolster their rank and file. Then subsequent investigations by authorities revealed there was a different broker working with them behind the scenes.
Over the past 3 months, there have been a handful of disappearances that were apparently caused by that same broker. They hit Remiferia, Northumbria, the Free Cities, and Jirai. We've also heard that impoverished citizens in these regions have been making their way to Calvert. Guild HQ has been watching the situation like a hawk and is urging branches in every country to be on the alert.
I had no idea all this was happening.
Well, this case may appear rudimentary at a glance. It's clear there's more to it than meets the eye. You mentioned this has been going on for 3 months. That would mean it started around the time the space program was unveiled, yes?
That's right. It could just be a coincidence, but HQ is concerned about that point too. And while I'm sure they've got their reasons, I'm surprised the CID has been sitting back twiddling their thumbs.
Really makes you wonder.
I've heard you haven't been able to get in touch with Renee lately. I'm in much the same boat. We've approached the CID and requested investigative assistance numerous times, but they keep turning us down. Perhaps they simply are otherwise fully engaged with the space program right now. That just seems weird to me. I mean, they're the CID. They have the manpower to keep tabs on all the Jaeger Group's activities, including the Warriors of Krugas. I also hear they love hovering over Heiue, despite the mutual agreement they've got with them. If you ask me, there's no way in hell they'd look the other way when there's a new anti-immigration group on the rise. Is there any chance they asked Marduk to act on this on their behalf? You know, 'cause maybe they're too tied up right now? No, I'm not aware of any such requests. Even with the recent launch, I was at least given notice moments before. Seems to me they've drawn a line in the sand. So, since the CID is being about as helpful as a car without wheels, I'm guessing you're here to ask if we can work together, like we did back in March. Oh? You guessed right. Now, we're kind of stretched thin at the moment, but we can at least spare Elaine. She just loves working with you. Zin, please be quiet. What he means is that this is the most efficient option, seeing as we've worked together in the past. Had Fee not been off on another assignment, I might have put her forward for this instead. You say that, but as I remember, you volunteered within almost a second of the topic coming up. Silence. Oh, you like us. How sweet. Yay! We got Elaine on our team. That's the best help we could have asked for. I'll feel much more at ease the next time we encounter those unusual monsters. Not to mention, we'll have a broader perspective with the Guild's intelligence network at our beck and call. Still have to get the go-ahead from the boss, of course. Ball's in your court, Van. Yeah. Whatever.
Might not be a permanent thing, but all the same, it's good to have you on the team again, Elaine.
Yes, I'm happy to be back, Van. It's been a while since I last fought alongside you all. And that's especially true for you, Bearguard. I'm sure I will learn much while working with you.
As I with you. I look forward to seeing the famous Beauty's blade in action once again.
You're more than welcome to make use of my room, should you wish. Mine's free too. Want to try out some makeup together? Thank you for the offer, but I'm worried it would only wear off after working up a sweat. Oh, since you're here, can I show you my room? Please? Well, if they're not going to let me catch a peek, I'll just catch 40 winks instead. You're becoming more of a slob by the minute. I'm surprised you haven't gained any weight, given that you drink every single day. I've got my late night workouts to thank for that. There's no better exercise than going to Pound Town. TMI, Aaron? Fascinating. You've an abundance of spirit, technique, and physical strength. Yet your dedication and discipline are sorely lacking. I think I shall impart the Kunlun method for controlling one's breathing upon you, like I did Van. Wait, what? No. I already learned breathing techniques from the Gekka school, so I'm good. Nonsense. There's great value to be had in studying the techniques of other schools. Now, stand. Gotta say, I'm mighty jealous of you. You've got a wellspring of wisdom and knowledge walking among you. Elaine will have a chance to tap into it, but not me. Oh, maybe I'll pick up a part-time job here too. Not happening. Don't say heart attack-inducing shit like that, man. Oh, by the way, I ran into the CID division chief earlier, but I haven't seen hide or hair of the direwolf lately. Guessing you haven't either? That's right. There's no sign the society is involved with these terrorists either. I think Ren was right on the mirror earlier. Bet they're finally about ready to make their move. Before I go, I wanted to mention you might be connected by someone else about a separate issue. Or you might be contacted by someone else about a separate issue. Okay. Mind giving me some context? Long story short, Guild HQ in Le Mans reached out with a few questions about you. Of course, I didn't tell them any of the nitty-gritty bits, like Anya's true identity and heritage, as well as your, condition. But apparently they're real curious about that whole Merchant Garten hacking incident. And you're a person of interest. Okay, hold the phone. If they have questions about the Garten, can't you answer them? You and Fee helped out with that case, too, in case you forgot. True, but we only swooped in right at the end. You and your crew were the ones who did most of the work. And because of that, a rep from a guild affiliate group will probably reach out to you about it. How you want to go about dealing with this is up to you and Elaine. Anywho, catch you on the flip side. Hey, wait! A guild affiliate group, huh? There's only one organization I can think of that fit the bill. Damn that muscle-bound bastard. Do he and Elaine get their kicks? New outfit for Elaine.
I would ask for your thoughts, but I'm sure you'd only say, it's pretty alright, or looks easy to move around in.
Hell no. This looks great on you. I mean, wow, those colors just scream you. And those reinforced white heels are not only practical, but also really damn stylish.
Huh? You really think so?
She looks super pretty, doesn't she?
Wow, another genuine compliment from Van. He's been on a roll lately.
If you ask me, this feels like a bid to calm the waters after shoving his foot down his throat.
Yeah, he does do that. One minute he'll act all nice and polite with Nina, and he'll blindside me with some rude comment the next.
Lest we forget, Mr. Arkwright is still quite young. He may yet have room to develop a sense of tact.
In comparison to his work in martial arts prowess, he has much to grow in that regard. Delicacy is hardly Van's strong suit.
Quiet from the peanut gallery. And way to join in on the dog pile, Master.
Moving on. I'll remove my bracer emblem and accompany you for the rest of the afternoon. I'm ready to begin our 4SPG work anytime.
Good deal. Then let's pick a crew and go solve some problems.
Ooh. Oh. Well then. Let's put Ketra in over Aaron. Okay. Received Judith's disguise.
Oh, Agnes isn't here? It would have been nice to work together.
I couldn't see her much this morning either. Why don't we swing by the Aubert district and say hi?
Just remember, you're both well-known celebrities. Try not to draw too much attention. That goes double for you, Judith.
Why are you singling me out? I'm always careful.
Sure you are. Party lineup. Fairy's gonna go in. Let's put Elaine in. Equip Judith. But costume, what do you got? Judith's sunglasses. Oh. Okay, sure.
Modest doses.
Of course. Let me handle this.
Impede, shield, sure. Oh, wait, we had...
Modifying your orbment, are you?
Of course. That's a single element slot.
It is a single element slot. Oh. Oh. Okay, yes. It's only a 2. I need a 3. Gonna have to bear that in mind. Going to have to bear that in mind. But man, why do you gotta be such a hard-ass, Bearguard? Cut us younger generation some slack. I will not rebuke your merrymaking, but one must apply oneself when the situation demands. Having said that, you took quite quickly to the Kunlun School's rhythmic breathing techniques. Hey, there's nothing Van can do that I can't do better. I'll do a little intel gathering while holding down the fort, so give me some space and scram already. Here we go. Once a smart-mouthed twerp, always a smart-mouthed twerp. Seems to me like you two already follow the same rhythm.
Well then.
Go on, scram. I'll hold down the fort, so get out there and make yourself useful. Psh, who asked your permission? Kitty committee. Meow. 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 They seem to be having a serious conversation. Yeah, probably not the sort of thing us humans should be butting in on. Is it just me, or does Atois seem kinda on edge today? It's the itty bitty kitty committee. Oh, come on. So, observing swallow ecology. At present, one of them has taken flight. Now initiating cleanup of nest environs. You may ask Theo to do this on a regular basis, right? Yep. They've even been taking the occasional pictures from hard-to-see angles. Such sophisticated technology, though I suppose it's a bit late to be in awe of that. Proper preservation of a swallow's nest necessitates that a precise and suitable distance be maintained. Theo is optimal for this very task. Oh, these swallows haven't left the nest yet. Yeah, it's a little late in the year to be sticking around. But based on their plumage, they might leave the nest soon.
This place is so cozy, I might never leave.
Pick something already.
But no.
Be seeing ya.
Now that lunch is come and gone, I'd better start chipping away at tonight's dinner prep. Agnes sure has made us sterner stuff, though, going to school during her post-exam break. I'll have to whip up an A-plus meal for her when she gets back. This Paulette old man's rooms better not intrude. No, better not.
Oh, what would you like?
Peach tart tatin. Okay, we'll take it.
Do your best out there, okay?
Also... Welcome, Elaine. Helping Arkwright Solutions out, are we? Oh, and how was your takeout the other day? To your liking, I hope? Yes, it made for an absolutely delicious lunch break. I hear you've been stopping by on your own lately. Beauty's blade, blending in with the common folk. She comes by quite a bit, even when she doesn't have any business at your office. Sometimes we'll even get to talking about you. But, Paulette, please? Oh, my mistake. That was supposed to be a secret. What could they possibly be saying about me? Best of luck helping Van and them, Elaine. I'll have a hot meal waiting when you get back. We'll have to see how our work pans out, but thank you in advance. Okay, well, we've got Old Huck. I want to do the... No. I need to do some cooking. Wait a minute. Help heal items. Fish. No. Status, crafts, tactics, orbment. Items. Oh. Raikiri. Yep. Orbment, Elaine. Ooh. But what I want... Doobie-doobie-doo. Oh, Hollow Core. That's what I want. Nagi. Crit, speed, physical damage. Alter Edna. Yeah, I don't quite have my mage set yet. Although it may go to Brissette after Citri goes up a level. Okay. Phew. I'm beat. Need a break to catch my breath. Should have known it wouldn't be easy keeping up with a motorized vehicle by bike. See, Makino, Shannon, and I are doing the rounds of all the capital's fishing spots. But the two of them are on Orbital scooters, so they just keep leaving me in the dust. Yeah, kind of how it goes. Good to see you. Here to buy some candy? What? Anya, the heck are you doing here? Surprised? Old Lady Jin asked me to fill in for her. She even said she'd pay me a part-time salary, so I'll be in charge of the store for the afternoon. Is that right? I take it Ms. Jin is out at the moment then. Yeah, she didn't explain what for, but apparently it's too important to miss. Gets me kind of curious. As long as you're open for business, that can wait. So anyway, Anya, my guess is no, but just in case, you happen to have any new flavors. His nonchalance is almost impressive. Well, I mean, I wanted to know about the times, but you don't have a new one.
Come back soon.
You sure do love your sweets, huh, Van? It gets me thinking. Setting up a candy subscription service could really corner a market here. Offer priority purchasing for limited time flavors, then once customers can't live without it, jack up the prices. Please don't. That sounds like a living hell. The old lady might actually be the more reasonable one here. I see. Sounds like Kasara's been having a grand old time. Ah, yes. Despite all her daily grumblings, she seems to be enjoying school life, relatively speaking. Allow me to once again express my gratitude to you for opening the way for her. I should be the one thanking you. Our world has seen no shortage of talents forever buried in the dirt. It's for that reason that I believe facilitating the futures of our youth to be the ultimate investment of them all. Hear, hear. That's exactly why we adults need to stand as a firm foundation. Within reason, in my case. I already have another journey on the agenda. Always so footloose and fancy-free. I envy that party deep down. What Huck did for Kasara is merely the latest in his long history of good turns to me. Like Jin, he's just the sort of person Old Town needs. He may be a bit on the whimsical side, but that's part of his charm, as far as I'm concerned. Speaking of Kasara, I passed by her and Rebecca on my way home earlier. We spoke briefly and, well, seems the two have quite a lot going on at the moment. Still, I'm confident those girls will be just fine. Call it intuition. This one's been a free spirit ever since he was a boy. Revoltingly so at that. Still, there's no denying he's got a keen eye for people and a considerate soul, despite appearances. Well, much as I hate to accept it, I ought to get back to work soon. Thinking of it as my service to our children's futures helps it go down easier, at least. Dear, you got an orb mail from one of your regulars on your work computer. They want you to do the interior design for a new building, and quickly. Seriously? Been a lot of this kind of thing lately. With outer space as the new hot topic, brutalist, futuristic architecture is starting to catch on. Problem is, it's these jobs that typically have the most mad rush deadlines. Now, less whining, more designing. You ought to be grateful for all the business. I know, Margaret. I know. Just let me finish this coffee first. My husband's always been the laid-back sort, so I can get where he's coming from. But the business his regulars give is something to appreciate. He should count himself lucky to be getting any work at all. I run an independent architectural firm, and lately we've been getting a lot of rush jobs. It's not as bad as Hawker's big corporate woes, but I still barely have any time to catch my breath. Rough? Rough. Don't tell me. You're cooling off in the shade to get away from the heat. Thermal management is essential for them, I would imagine. Well, yes. Also, no.
Out on another day of hard work, huh?
Well, if it isn't young Lady Berzelia, you're looking under the weather. What happened? Miss Brenda, has Eddie been by today? He's been acting rather distant lately, without even so much as stopping by to visit. Did I do something to upset him? Oh dear, that child of mine. Miss Brenda. Don't mind me. As for Eddie, well, he's had his head in the clouds. The boy left all stone-faced this morning. Apparently he's making rounds about pedestrian-heavy areas he's making rounds about pedestrian-heavy areas all by his lonesome. Maybe it'd help put your mind at ease if you went and looked for him. Oh, I will. Thank you, Ms. Brenda. So Eddie hasn't grown to disdain me after all. But then, why? Nothing seemed amiss. Oh, that can wait. I have to go find him. Honestly, what is Eddie thinking, worrying this poor young lady sick? Boy's always been a bit of a klutz. Once he gets absorbed in something, blinders go over his eyes. Still, if nothing else, it does seem like he has a plan.
Looking is always free, you know.
Yep, we're all good. All right. Well, with that, we will call that settled. Thanks for joining for the ride, and we'll see you next time. Take care.